Obviously, we still don't have nothing finalized here. We got stuff laying everywhere, but I got it running and was letting it sit here and idle. And once it got to like 120 degrees coolant temperature, the idle wanted to go up to like 2,000. And I was like, man, that's weird. And I was kind of an idiot there for a moment. It never dawned on me that I never actually put a light on it and checked where the timing was. I was just like, must be fuel injection problem. No, you got to time it. Who would have guessed? I would. I knew better than that. Well, after quite a bit of tinkering around here, I finally got it figured out. I made a rookie mistake. Again, I'm a bit of a moron, so deal with me here. When I put this sniper on, I went through and I set it so it would go full throttle in the car with where the throttle blade came set at. Well, then when I get the car running, it's wanting to idle like 1800. It never dawned on me that I can't back the throttle down anymore because the throttle cable wouldn't come out anymore. Pulled my cotter pin out, popped the throttle off, backed the idle down. Now I got it idling where it needs to be. So that was kind of dumb of me. Also, you might be wondering about why this is what I'm doing for an air filter on a big block, and it's solely because I'm not willing to give up my cowl hood, my factory cowl flapper hood. Not factory of this car, but I just love the way these hoods look. And to use a drop base around a Dominator, you need a 16-inch filter. That's a 15-inch hole in the hood. It doesn't fit. It's like 15 and a half, but ultimately it doesn't fit. So what I come up with was a flat 14-inch base with a 2-inch filter and a filtered lid. And then my hood shuts and it doesn't hit it. So probably not great for power, but the fact that I could keep my hood, I was stoked about. If anybody's thinking about switching their vehicle over to Hydroboost so you can have better brakes and steering, I'm just going to throw out there right now, companies that make AN lines make special stuff for Hydroboost, buy it. Or for power steering, I should say. I have been told multiple times from multiple different people that you can use normal AN lines, and I already had the 6 AN and almost all of these fittings, so I just thought, well, we'll give it a shot. In doing so, I was told this pump would never make more than 900 PSI, absolute max. They were clearly wrong. This line blew off of that fitting right there. That's the pressure from the pump to the hydro booster. And when it did, it pointed right at that header tube, and this thing went up in flames quick. You can still see some of the soot on the spark plug wires. All of the wiper motor wires are black. Those two wires got melted a little bit. Some of my loom back there got melted. So I'm gonna have to go through and fix all of that. Luckily, I had a fire extinguisher close, but closer than that, I had a 5-gallon bucket of coolant because this was all flames. And I threw the 5-gallon bucket of coolant at it. I know, oil fire, probably not a great idea, but it did put it out. So, just a little heads up from my personal experience and mistake. Don't listen to anybody. Don't use normal AN lines. Buy the correct power steering lines, Hydroboost lines, whatever that manufacturer calls them. I'm actually so afraid of it now that I'm going to go to a local hydraulic shop and have all these lines remade out of hydraulic line. All right, I'm going to go through and remove all these AN lines now that I've almost burnt the car down with them. Oh yeah, I already loosened that one. Did I already loosen this one? Can't quite get that wrench on it. Yeah. I'm mildly frustrated I didn't have my camera recording while that happened. Also, if my camera would have been in the spot I had it in moments before I caught the car on fire, I probably would have burnt the camera, to be honest. Yeah, I now know better than to take the word of a bunch of people, I guess, because I had quite a few people tell me that I trusted their opinion that it would work. And now that I almost burnt the car down, I don't believe that anymore. And as much as I love the look of a braided AN line, I like my car not being on fire a little more. Ooh, that's not empty. What do I do with the drain pan? Yep, timed that about right. As soon as it was done leaking, I got the pan under it, per usual.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that.
This line right here is really odd. I don't know what way you guys will be able to see it the best. That's actually a stock pressure line for a Duramax truck that I had to cut and put a compression union on to even see if it was going to work, because that bend down there wants to get into my steering shaft no matter what I do. And if I rotate the Hydrobooster the other way, the canister on it hits the valve cover. So it has to sit this way. Just real tight clearance there. Not super ideal. It also makes it quite the bear to try to get the fitting in and out. If you don't have yourself a nice pair of flush cuts, these aren't regular wire cutters that are a diagonal cut, dikes, whatever you want to call them. If you look down in them, they actually cut all the way to the back. You get nice, clean, nice, sharp, up close, tight cuts on zip ties. So that way they're not stabbing you to death every time you work on something. Ah! Pouring fluid everywhere. Whoops. That'll be safe there for a minute. What do I do with my smaller crescent wrench? I had it. So I think we're gonna snag these fittings out of here as well. Oh! I don't know why I put them on so tight. It was almost like I was worried they were gonna leak, catch the car on fire. Oh! Wow. We might have put a socket on them. Way too big. Still too big. Oh yeah, good enough. Oh, wow. Ow, yep. I didn't need those knuckles the rest of the week anyway. or those ones. It's almost like I was worried them things were gonna leak or something. Inverted flare. We got all sorts of different random things going on here. Here, I was looking for it. Forgot we dropped it down here. Alright. Now, probably tomorrow, based off of the time, take them out to the hydraulic shop, see what they tell me. Hopefully they don't tell me, figure it out on your own. Because I'm so scared of this now, I don't even want to use the AN company's power steering line. I'd rather just have a true hydraulic line on it that I don't have to worry about exploding. I'm sure some of you are thinking, you can't just leave that on there. No, we won't. We're gonna, really properly make sure we get it all off. Wouldn't want any more fires, right? Perfect. Well, I got back from getting my hydraulic lines made, and this hose here ended up a little longer than I would have hoped. So, it doesn't fit quite as well as the old one did there, but I'm gonna have to get some clamps in here on the fender, keep this thing held up. I'm gonna have to play with it a little more, decide whether I want to try to run it out here or if I want to leave it in there. But get some clamps on them, get them held up in place. They're clearing my steering shaft in there. I guess I don't have a light, so you probably can't really see that, but these don't look as nice not being that braided stainless in my opinion, but they're good for 3,000 psi, so we shouldn't be exploding them and catching the car on fire anymore.